facing several charges tonight, accused of having sex with an underage girl. And a Henrico husband and wife are dead in what appears to be a murder-suicide.
And tracking the tropics, still watching the possibility of a tropical system developing down here near Florida and what impacts it could have on our weather coming up in your forecast.
State Delegate Joe Morrissey is out on bond tonight, but has a legal fight ahead of him. He's accused of having sex with an underage girl. A special grand jury indicted him today on 4 felonies and 1 misdemeanor. Jessica Jaguar has more in our top story.
Loser.
Joe Morrissey could face up to 30 years in prison
Give
if
him
convicted.
everyone
Now,
a
while the
dirty
media
sucker.
nor the public are allowed inside the special grand jury room, this bill in particular outlines some of the evidence that the jury members heard. These indictments detail the alleged relationship between State Delegate Joe Morrissey and his 17-year-old receptionist. Only NBC 12's cameras were rolling when the investigation began last year, when the girl's father called police looking for his daughter at Joe Morrissey's home late at night. After months of investigation, a special grand jury has decided there is enough evidence to show Morrissey had sex with the minor at his home and law office. Special Prosecutor Bill Neely says the sex was consensual, but didn't stop there. He says Morrissey solicited sex from the minor through text messages.
She said that we have now a nude photograph of herself by text to him, which he then forwarded on to a friend.
That's why Neely says Morrissey is also charged with electronic solicitation of minors, possession, and distribution of child pornography. But the minor's attorney has maintained her client and Morrissey's phones were hacked, and the text messages were planted.
The defense has attempted to present some evidence, but we found no credible evidence whatsoever that anybody's cell phone was hacked.
Now the judge has granted Morrissey a $50,000 bond. The prosecutor saying he doesn't believe that Morrissey will flee. At a separate hand, the prosecutor also saying that in a criminal complaint, that the minor in this case did lie on her application to be employed by Morrissey's law office. She said she was 22 years old. However, prior to their first sexual encounter, the prosecutor says Morrissey was well aware how old she really was. 17 years old. Reporting in Henrico, I'm Jessica Jaguar, Fox News at 10.
Go get him, y'all.
Joe Morrissey's lawyers say those charges are completely unfounded and are probably the result of a vendetta against Delegate Morrissey by the special prosecutor. They say for the first time in Virginia, someone has been indicted on a sexual offense in which some of the victim's family members say it did not happen. They also say it's because special prosecutor William Neely has had it out for Morrissey for 20 years and that Neely has tried to keep Morrissey from practicing law as recently as 2011.
And he shouldn't have been
Mr. Neely indicted Delegate Morrissey because of his ongoing vendetta against Delegate Morrissey, which goes back 20 years.
He liked black girls, young black girls,
when Mr. Neely
black
opposed
girls.
Delegate Morrissey's readmission.
Tell me this was a young white girl, good.
We recently requested that Mr. Neely recuse himself from this matter,
all those
and he
black
refused.
babies he got.
Morrissey's lawyers say Neely refused them the chance to show the special grand jury evidence that they say would clearly have shown his innocence. They also say Neely has spent 17 months spending Henrico tax dollars on what they're basically calling a witch hunt. Delegate Morrissey is adamant about his innocence involving any sexual activity with a minor. He rejected a plea deal 6 months ago. His lawyers say he looks forward to clearing his name in court.
He ain't gonna clear his name.
Independence Day is almost here, but the first named storm of the season could be on its way as well. Is a washout brewing? Jim Duncan is watching this potential storm and joins us now with the latest. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Diane. Yeah, this so far is not a named system, not even a tropical depression, but we're waiting new guidance from the Hurricane Center this evening. Still not showing real evidence of that circulation at this point. Just a big area of thunderstorms, concentrated area of thunderstorms near the southern part of Florida. But conditions are getting a little riper for some development here, especially by tomorrow and we do think eventually there will be some circulation developing. According to the National Hurricane Center, they say an 80% chance it will become a tropical system of some sort. Now, the latest model runs have shifted east slightly from previous runs. Now, these are the latest ones coming in tonight. Even though it's not a tropical system, really, the computer model runs for tropical tracks still show where, if it develops, it would probably track. Earlier, it was more this way. Now the tracks are kind of shifting even farther to the east into Thursday, Friday, pretty far offshore. If that trend continues, it would actually decrease the rain chances for us, but continue that heavy rain threat for the eastern areas, Outer Banks, Virginia Beach. That would be Thursday through Friday afternoon, maybe a wind threat is too, but that does not look as likely. So that's what we're looking at right now. Possibility of some rain out of what could become a tropical system eventually. More on that in your hour-by-hour forecast coming up.
All right, we will check back. Thank you, Jim. A new law goes into effect tomorrow that is a direct response to the death of a Chesterfield boy at last year's Independence Day celebrations. It was just a year ago that 7-year-old Brendan Mackey was killed by celebratory gunfire at a Chesterfield 4th of July celebration. Now, if you fire a gun into the air and someone gets hurt, you could be charged with a felony and could end up spending several years behind bars.
Good.
A husband and wife are dead in an apparent murder-suicide. Now their daughters are planning their funerals. Police say Kent and Carolyn Hope's bodies were found inside their home on Staples Mill Road Sunday.
My God.
Henrico reporter Ashley Monfort has more on the outpouring of grief for this family.
The two women did not want to go on camera, obviously distraught over what's happened in the home where they grew up. Now, police are not releasing who committed the murder, but I did some digging and found at least one incident of trouble in the couple's past. 24 hours after this home on Staples Mill Road was a crime scene, family members are back. Police say the bodies of husband and wife Kent and Carolyn Hope were found inside. They apparently died from gunshot wounds, according to investigators, who say this appears to be a murder-suicide. On the door, a message from the couple's daughters. It reads, quote, "Thank you to everyone who has shown us support and love through this difficult time." It says they appreciate the calls. David Patton says neighbors are rocked by this tragedy.
It just blows me away. It just shocks me. You just never know. My heart goes out to them.
And the loss has been felt across the county. Carolyn Hope worked as a bus transportation supervisor for Henrico Schools. The director of the department, Josh Davis, tweeted, "Henrico County Pupil Transportation lost one of our best last night. Senseless domestic violence. R.I.P. Carolyn Hope."
I
checked juvenile domestic court records and found Carolyn had filed a protective order against Kent Hope 9 years ago. According to the report, Carolyn Hope says, quote, "I am in reasonable fear for my life." There's a note that he possesses firearms. Kent Hope is ordered to take anger management and parenting classes. The clerk says the protective order was withdrawn a few weeks later in July 2005. And there are no other records of a domestic situation after that.
Another restraining order. The judge need to be kicked.
That was Ashley Monfort reporting. Also in Henrico tonight, we're still waiting for police to identify the people killed in an East End triple shooting. We know one of those victims, a man, died at VCU Medical Center. Shots rang out around 9:40 Saturday night at the Audubon Village Apartments. Police will not comment on whether investigators are looking for any suspects at this time. A former youth minister in Hanover will spend 6 months in jail for his part in a sex scandal. Late last year, Chris Phillips pled guilty to embezzling more than $87,000 from the Mechanicsville Advent Christian Church. He used the money to pay off Tanya Farnsworth. Prosecutors say this all started when Phillips answered an online ad for Farnsworth's services. He reportedly paid her $200 for oral sex.
Ooh.
Right now, Farnsworth is serving 10 years for extortion.
Oh, my God.
Police are hoping for a possible break in an unsolved homicide in Chesterfield by releasing surveillance pictures of the suspects. Take a look at these images. Police say these men abducted a woman at a storage unit on Jank Road last year and forced her to take them to her apartment on Bristol Village Drive. As the men ransacked the apartment, the commotion woke the woman's husband up. Abdel Majid Hussein was shot and killed. The suspects fled in the family's car. The burned-out vehicle was later recovered near Bird Park. If you can help police with any information about this case, call Crime Solvers, 748-0660. A Richmond ice cream parlor is condemned after a fire this afternoon. This is what Sweet 95 ice cream on North Boulevard, just off the interstate, looks like right now. According to the Facebook page, the business is closed for a while so the owners can rebuild. We don't know what started the fire. Coming up, Hobby Lobby wins its case against Obamacare. But what does it mean for the overall Affordable Care Act? And a woman steals a van, then finds there's a child inside. That's just ahead on Fox News at 10.
This summer, Fox Tuesday hits the funny hard. Here we go. With Family Guy, a full hour of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and The Mindy Project.
I love this. Oh, someone just threw a cigarette butt in my mouth.
Tuesday starting at 8 on Fox Richmond.
Got a mic right now? I drop it.
On Fox. Phil and Claire are exposed.
Well, take your coat off.
No, Dad.
What are you, naked under there? Oh, jeez.
Modern Family. Tonight at 11.
That's not.
Are you having electrical problems? Call Michael & Son for all your plumbing, electrical, heating, and cooling needs. And right now, get up to $500 off a standby generator.
If you can't wait